In the bitter haze left by the faltering Mughal Empire, the land of Punjab lies silent and heavy, poised on the edge of change. A breath held, a spark yet to be lit. The air is dense with memory, fear, and the mute wish for deliverance. But what begins as a footnote deepens into thunder. Soon, the palm of history will tremble. It is the early 1700s, an era when the Mughal crown still glimmers with cruelty in the streets of Sirhind, even if its foundations crack elsewhere. The name that haunts the corners of Sikh remembrance is Wazir Khan, the man whose hand, stained with the execution of Guru Gobind Singh's young sons, renders injustice a living wound. The pain transforms into a rallying cry, binding the scattered and the silent into a single shared rage. Far from these charged lands in the hills of Rajouri, a boy named Lakshman Dev is born. Precocious and restless, he outgrows the boundaries of a small life and walks away. He journeys through solitude, shedding old identities, and becomes Madho Das Bairagi, an ascetic intent on obscurity, constructing a universe of ritual and discipline, far from the embers of conflict. Yet destiny pays no heed to hiding places. One day, the sound of hoofbeats brings Guru Gobind Singh to Nanded, where solitude shatters and responsibility is handed down like a sword. When Madho Das bows, he rises as Banda Singh Bahadur, a name redrawn by faith, command, and grief. Not a king, nor merely a saint, Banda is a weapon crafted by necessity. In 1709, his vision sharpens into action. The fortress town of Samana crumbles before him, and sentinels of the empire are jolted awake. The tale of the hunted rising as hunters streaks across Punjab like monsoon lightning. Khalsa banners sprout from town to town, and the path to Sirhind is no longer a march. It becomes an unspoken reckoning. May 1710. On the field of Chapar-Chiri, Banda's army faces the seasoned forces under Wazir Khan. The earth remembers the clash, a battle line that is neither straight nor predictable, but one that finally splinters Mughal arrogance. In victory, Wazir Khan falls, and Sirhind, the seat of so much pain, succumbs 2 days later. But this moment is larger than gunpowder or steel. It signals the first visible fracture. The myth of Mughal inevitability is cracked, and the world watches, spellbound. For a brief, searing span, Banda's flag flutters from the Sutlej to the Yamuna. Then, he executes a revolution more dangerous than any sword. Not by slaughter, but by touching the root. He abolishes the zamindari system, and for the first time, land begins to return to those who till it. The established order recoils. Hierarchy, so long immortal, senses peril in a single, elegant reform. At Mukhlispur, he fortifies and renames the city Logar, Fort of Steel, making it a beacon forged for permanence. Sikh lore recalls Banda's act of striking coins in the Guru's name. Sovereignty, instead of self-glorification, is worn as stewardship. Each coin weighs less than a crown, but more than an empire's threat. No fracture in power goes unpunished. The Mughal force gathers itself, driven by vengeance and the dread of precedent. In 1715, Banda and his followers are besieged at Gurdas Nangal. For months they hold out, hunger gnawing as fiercely as any blade, until at last, starvation brings the fort to its knees. Emaciated yet unbroken, Banda is taken in chains to Delhi, his procession a theater of terror for rebels to be. The final act unfolds in June 1716. Torture is offered where mercy could have stood, but Banda does not bow. In choosing death over submission, his martyrdom becomes a wall that empire cannot breach. His burgeoning state withers under reprisal, but the idea persists, a secret signal pulsing under the skin of Punjab. Defy tyranny, empower the voiceless, make faith synonymous with action. History may someday try to compress Banda Singh Bahadur into a footnote. If it does, Punjab's soil will remember this. Some lives roar too powerfully to be archived, and some ideas, once ignited, cannot be extinguished.